between the age of 10 to 20 and 20 to 30 years old, if you were to describe how you were seen as a member through the eyes of your family, how do you think they would describe you?
I have no idea. I honestly don't have any idea in the here and now. Back then, they may have described me as moody, aggressive, or whatever, but I don't know, have no idea what that would be now.
So, okay, because I think it is talking about then. I don't know if it's talking about, yeah, between the age of 10 to 20 and 20 to 30, if you were to describe how you were seen as a member through the eyes of your family, how do you think they would describe you? So, those sort of the age range. 10 to 20, I would say bully, I would have been described as by the family. Yeah, I would have
Really?
been
Why bully?
because I think I was. Not so I think I was in school. So, well, I don't want to blame the situation, but some might say because I got weapon when I did something wrong, then I'm sort of taking it out on someone else. You know, some might say that, or
Yes.
maybe because I was taller than someone smaller than me, and I felt, you know. But yeah, I definitely feel that I'm going to sort of like say more teens, sort of 13, 14, you know, that kind of age. Probably not to 10. I wouldn't really say the word bully in there, probably, but I would probably sort of say it for, you know, in my teens kind of thing, sort of 13, 14, that kind of age. Yeah, I used to get up to no good. I didn't do, you know, I used to get up to no good, Mal. Not gonna lie to you. I wish I could
I
say I was.
wouldn't have been. I don't think I would have been described as bully. I would have been described as someone having a sassy mouth, if you like. You know
I
what
would,
I mean?
I'll
Yeah.
say that as well. I'll say mouthy, bully. Definitely could look after myself, kind of thing. Um, I remember something happened. I remember there was two guys in the area, Robin Hood area. They were, I think they were both, but they were both called Ronnie. Something like Ronnie and something else. Two twins. There were two twins. And I remember them saying something to me. And then I just like went up to them and then just didn't stop. Didn't stop punching, kicking. This was two guys. And I was probably about in between that age, 10 to 20. I think I was more the sort of 13, 14, probably around there. 12, 13, 14, I'm going to say around there.
Do you not remember his surname?
I'm trying my best to remember the surname.
Is it North?
I was there at the time. So basically, they said something to me. We were on the, funny enough, monkey bars, funny enough. They probably said something to do with that for all I can remember. And then I started fighting. I think it was one of, you know, I had a fight with one of them, then the other one started joining in because they're brothers, you know, they want to, if I'm doing well, they want to see my demise. And then before you know it, it's like, both of them. Don't know why I'm telling this story, but I'm telling it. And then the next thing you know, yeah, they were crying their eyes out, you know? And then I saw my brother and I said, why didn't you do anything? Or something like that. And he goes, I didn't need to do anything. You know what I mean? You were dealing with it kind of thing.
Mm.
And all of a sudden, as I turned back round to look at the two brothers, they threw something at me. It was a frisbee, a broken frisbee. And you know how light frisbees are. And it hit me in the arm and it didn't even hurt. And as soon as it hit me in the arm, I started bawling my eyes out. And Rory said, I'll let him down. At that point, I let him down and I started crying over that stupidness. I don't know why I never started crying for that reason. I do not know. But the point I'm trying to make is that, yeah, I can't say I was the best of people, that sort of age range. I got better, I think, when I started. actually, I got better when I started my first job when I was 13. I was 13 and I worked in Benny D. And that was something's happening to this thing. Benny D was in, oh God, my brain, I don't know what's wrong with my brain today. Oh, where is it? You know, in Aldgate, there was a market in Aldgate,
Yeah, that
Sunday
sounds
market.
familiar, Benny D. Yeah.
Yeah, Sunday market. I can't remember what that Sunday market was
Mm.
called. Petticoat Lane. Yeah,
Yeah.
Petticoat Lane. And I was earning money kind of thing. So yeah, things felt better then. Sort of probably 13, 14, 15, around that kind of age. And I'll definitely say I got even better. I don't know if you remember, we had a party, didn't we, when we were going to be 18,
Yeah.
and met my current partner. So I definitely think, I feel like he sort of brought out a bit of a better version of me, you know?
Yeah.
So
You two have been together for years now, haven't it?
yeah, yeah.
Years.
Since,
Wow.
you know what? Since that Mal,
Yeah, I
since that
remember.
party, whatever that party was, is that's the duration of Mike and my relationship, basically. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, I remember.
So many years,
Yeah.
37 years. I don't know, you know, I should have the exact amount, but I can't think top of my head. But yeah, we've been together for many, many years.
Gosh.
So 10 to 20. So I definitely think all of those things. People would say that whatever, mouthy and whatnot. 20 to 30. What would my family say about me? 20 to 30. I'm not sure on that one.
You don't really know for sure, do you?
Yeah,
You know, you absolutely don't know for sure. You know what I mean? Because, like you was when you was younger, you're kind of navigating yourself. You're not really too bothered about the opinions of other people, to tell you
yeah.
the truth.
Fair point. Fair point. I mean, I'd like to, think I was a better person as well, and generous, helpful. You know, I mean, obviously I had my good and bad side, but definitely came away from the horrible person. Do you know what I mean? The
But
bully.
who told? How did you get to the fact that you felt you was a horrible person? Based on what? Just that person telling you at 6, 7 years old?
Maybe,
Oh,
Mal. I've never quite pinpointed it. Do you know what I mean? I haven't sort of got the map and got like a pin and went, you know what I mean? I've never really done that. But as I said, when I was, when we first started, I wasn't expecting my brain to say that about the walking in devil's footsteps, but that just came to my mind. Do you know what I mean? And I remember hating what was said. I was scared with what was said. I was frightened.
mm,
The person frightened me. Do you know what I mean? Made me feel like I was sort of the baddie in the family. And I just basically feel that I was looked at in that way, you know? I remember I had a good friend in school. I remember a couple of things. I remember I had a good friend in school, and I remember we both got in trouble. We both did the same thing. And the father of that person, they basically went to the headmaster and said they want us separated. And I found that quite devastating as well. So we sort of had to sort of separate. And I remember later on in a different school, that person was responsible for me being kicked out of the class into a different class.